All right, we're back. Hey, we are here back into round two. Just to go through it, and if anything, round one, we saw the victory round for KLA, and KLA's MVP actually being, you know, how do I say, damage oriented, because since 17S was playing the Yodohime, and just like I have to include the MVP for this round as well, to this video, but. More importantly, he found that 8% attack bone to go forth with a wind sprout or universal, so that's 16%, like that's straight up. But then the ultimate being 18k damage just went to utilize how much he could use to put his foot down whenever he uses ult, and the pulse sword just to have it. But he was using his fairy shen, I think like 70% of the time in engagements. And it's really good because, you know, that just goes to show that cannonball comp is definitely one of those things you cannot put down. Like, you should not, you know, kind of be like, yeah, it's okay, I can just enchant her and push her back. No. The thing is that he's since he isn't the fairy shen, he can be an ultimate right afterwards. So that's the basis. We're gonna enter round two though, get to the round selections. It's to make sure that KLA actually are first round picks, so they might be just picking out this Zipping Ying, Sand Siphon, or Kurumi. Either or. Let's take a look in the scene. Between these chances, FX, VVV, TXJ going to be dropping in here, and then on top of that, 3 Kurumis into a field where GG is actually the only team with Zipping. And now, remember, 0 hero points. No one can choose Zipping, or not Zipping, this comp specifically. So we're gonna see double. Oh wait, the ALL dropping in with the fairyish, dropping in with the snowball comp. Okay, ALL is going to be rocking that. We see a cannonball coming out from OUG. EPX thinking, while Wolves is rocking the AOT comp. Wolves, we'll see FPX actually rocking into the AOT comp as well. So that should be good. And now we're going to see another snowball, this time from WBG. Now, I've seen WG do a little bit average-wise better, considering what happened in day 3. They did a pretty good position about that. And using, you know, Lane was... You know, he's not here for this comp, or not for this comp today, but from ALL, but like from Sleepwalker specifically, compared to him in Lane, it's like, you know, especially coming off from Justina being able to be the pressure holder that she is, for them to actually get a good chance of experimenting with that comp to their full capacity, kind of like, you know, shows like, okay, how well can this work? From not just them, but to us as well, and they made sure that's the case. So we will see that be played out here for position of things. Now, skills come down to it. I mean, could we see a V2 Justina? Probably not. It would be interesting to see in trios because of Transformers and everything, but it's also 4 dashes versus, you know, potentially only 2. And this just goes to, let's just see how it goes through, because you're gonna probably be like, dang, that's crazy. Because look at the average points that between these guys, right? 12.3 and 10.3 for ALL, and you know, that's just stat values. I mean, it's one thing. Positions and everything, though. That's where it's key components. V3, F3. I think everything here is standard, right? F1 from ALL again from the Yodohime, and F2 for Lane. I think honestly, I don't know. You know, we'll stick to it. FPX. That's right. They got away with it. Nice. They're double picking their AOT comp here, with F2 here, for the Tessa. And then, you know, skills coming out here. F2 V3. Okay, now this is interesting from DRG. This is mainly a full lockdown position comp. Or from Viper from Wushin 98, because he over here is using F2 and V3. Now these are both silences. They're no damage. They ain't nothing, right? You lock down somebody as long as you can. This V3 lasted for what, 5 to 6 seconds, and then you silence them right afterwards. That's for another 8 seconds. Heck, you could even F2 preemptive V3 for the 8 seconds. Wait for the cooldown to go through here, and if you have a skill cooldown to the extension, he could actually just silence them again. So almost at that full duration. But we are going to see F3 from WBG instead of F1 for Yodohime, like how Alliance's Revenge is going to be rocking. And then all the ultimates are kind of basically, you know, the same differences. Now, into spawns in the nighttime, Alliance is at the Fiery Cave. big time. And then JL is in Council Courtyard. OUG by the Gamma Mine or Sigma Mine to go towards the fiery cave, so that they're right here. They'll make the rotation from here to there into knocking off all those fireflies themselves. And now KLA fireflies into the northern forest, while FPX is actually north of. They might make their way towards the One Shrine if they're looking for fireflies, especially. While Wolves and GG spawning in Sunwing's Rest right on top of each other. And with that spawn, that forces into the fireflies, the two fireflies onto the ridge. And then if they make their way southwest towards, like, for instance, the Daylily Meadow, they could actually find themselves fireflies across this forest line, which is where DRG and BBE come in. They're spawning into Victim's Haven, while WBG is actually at Windmill Gorge for those fireflies. And then Bauda is actually rocking into the northern ridge into Shipwreck, while XCG just, hanging up at the firefly. No one is contesting XCG for this. I think that's kind of crazy. I mean, do you know that XCG are, like, careful, right? You got to be careful with like going up against. But if they get knocked out, like the team gets knocked out, like immediately, could they make a rotation towards Breezy Maze? Potentially. But let's say the zone does not close into Breezy Maze, then you can't really get those fireflies from there anyways, from spawning in south towards Moonlit Courtyard. It's just kind of like a basis of it if there is a soul altar near Moonlit Courtyard. And if not, you'll head into Crow's Nest. If you head into Crow's Nest, you probably end up getting ambushed upon anyway. So, besides the point. Oh, man. This is going to be an interesting game, too. Let's start it. I am curious in seeing what belongs towards the winners of this squad and who's going to go through. Now, 7 games total today, so, for a Biweekly 1 final. So you can see how GG and Wolves immediately go after one another because they went towards each other fireflies. There's a fair distance between ZK, but he has no ultimate. He's got 0 grapples. He finds no parry opportunity here, and that's going to be a massive ult from Zem for the V1. And you can see 330 going to get fully committed towards onto this end for 5 seconds. F1 is not going to save his teammate as CJS rushes in there with no weapon, and you can see ZK farms off Rage, gets that double hit, but actually just going to be only needed 1. And GG gets down. Wolves got lucky based off of gear, I'm assuming. Maybe the spawn forces the teams towards near Troves, and they found that first and foremost. But listen, that comes down to speed and tactile, distancing. Because if you know you can't gonna get it, shouldn't you not contest it? I mean, it's kind of risky for an F1 Takeda. Because if he throws an F1, now the whole enemy team's like, yeah, we see it, and they're not gonna throw any blues. But over by Victim's Haven, Moonlight gets himself eliminated, while Wushin is the last one from DRG. That's really fast from WBG to get this kills. Sleepwalker, did he even use ult? Yeah, he did. Heck, I think he's the main reason these guys died. Double dash, finds one free fresh, gets a second one there, and that was confirmed against Moonlight. Wushin trying to get himself into fan position, and Sleepwalker picking up soul blooms like water, and he's gonna actually just eliminate his ultimate so he can get rage per second back. And this is actually a full 3-man elimination that WG was able to get early onto the fight. As that fan comes out from Aishao. 17S looking for the bird. As KLA is inside Celestial by the Lonesome Selves. No opponents left, but I do see that fight coming out here between Bauda and WBG. This is over to the western side of Victim, actually the eastern side of Victims. Peak having the F3, having the V3. Now there's a chance for Baiji not to have any sort of issues for his team because this is V3, this is not V1, and Sleepwalker actually going to have his chance here to get those RMBs. He's at 50% for Rage. A-Shot connecting with these RMBs from the fan. Peak goes down, Wu-Ten Port comes out, and that's really close. That's too close. Bauda was not careful enough with that point because now that they're only like 25 meters away from the enemies, Baiji can go ahead and just confirm staggers for Yaron while those mid-air staggers come out and Yaron goes down, even with the F3 to come out. And I think that's it for Bauda's first set of lives, while Peak is looking to reposition with their team, as well as with Iran. Tough. 5 eliminations, though, for WBG. Looks like Moon Knight's actually in DRG as a whole. They actually came back towards this area and are looting this. Or actually not coming back, but they're arriving to this scene. Sleepwalker, 95%. DRG with WFC. I don't know. I mean, he's got 97%. Sleepwalker does. He's got dual blades, and keeping those staggers available for the longsword beams to be enabled for his teammate Aishao. It'd be pretty good, but I don't think these guys are gonna commit to any fight. This is all in the south. This is all in the southeast region towards the Shadow Jade Mine. You can see OUG actually positioned out here. 0 eliminations. They haven't found anyone yet. FPX over by Crow's Nest. As a result, looting into this pattern. And then we're gonna see FPX since they did lose their first fight, to go ahead and do so. GG over by Islet Crater, coming off of this end, and they'll just go rushing down towards Victim's Haven if they feel the necessity to need to do so. But fight coming out here, WBG versus Bauda. Slash comes out. Jing finds a double ultimate cast for this Tessa, and this enchant is really just guaranteed here. No matter what, the F3 is going to be that biggest, the biggest reason to use the F3 there is just to make sure for Yodohime that none of the teammates can get staggered out while they're disenchanting. Biggest counter. Beak, though, hitting the poison, but not getting affected. What sorcery is this? Oh, yeah, because it's in the first frames. Okay, he's good. That was close. I thought he was gonna get knocked into the poison stream. I guess he's just iframe. I guess he's just built different. He's told the poison no. Well, CJ GG. Ooh. Excuse me for that. GG actually gonna be in the distance off of the really far west side of the map, near the beach side. Gonna be coming in through here for for Wolves. This is a really slow beginning first round. Hello, Luna. And obviously QGG just has himself in the front line here. Has F1 to be utilized. Has V2 ready or V3 ready to go. QG looking to kind of go off of this end. His F1's not being as much pushed as before. Baiji actually goes ahead and rushes down KLA's 17S here, which is good because this means that there's no Yodohime to kind of force this pressure that's being done onto QG as of right now. And since that pressure wasn't made, we're going to see a V2 force proc coming out here from 17S to actually get this off. And with that coming out here, QGG finds his RMB. Keeps it going. It's crazy. He's the only Moji main. Because QGG actually burned all his Takeda Fury and blasts, and CXZ gets eliminated. Ooh. There's a lot of deny here, but Sleepwalker finds that free stagger and coming out here gets a parry, picks up his dual blades again, and chases down 17S if he can with that fan. And Sleepwalker uses his F2 here pretty mindful, because the F2 at that point being used here is that way the fan doesn't get caught out by KLA, QGG, who then switches it out over to Baiji, but also for an R&B coming out from 17S can be denied as well. Let's see how this works in his favor though. He gets caught to that secondary R&B. 17S trying to get a parasol, but it doesn't happen. Sleepwalker gets GG. And 17S gets eliminated by Baiji. Tries to go for a teleport. Doesn't happen. First set of lives, 3 eliminations. No. 9 eliminations for WBG there. Very nice game so far for that snowball comp. JL finds elimination of an SS over by this pond near Shadow Jade. You just trying to get some heals here and then gets eliminated. First set of 3 for that team for JL. WBG Baiji gets eliminated. I think this is actually WBG's last lot. Well, no. They just get ambushed upon by Bauda. Bauda used his V3 already. Your Peak already uses V3 as Viper, so they need to utilize Yaron's ultimate if they need to, just in case. Nice Sleepwalker stashes, but he gets caught into the R&B from the spear. Very big upset because, it's kind of it's like in the moment, like you're just stashing, and it's catching like, a big mosquito just comes in, smacks. And then Peak keeps the propelled motion of the nunchucks and finds cannon shots if he can. But that's it for WBG for their first set of lives. Battle picks up their 3 eliminations. Excuse me. And while Peak actually goes ahead and loses up this body, purple staff is obtained, right? That's massive for a Viper, especially for Viper who can extend staggers. With V3, with Zem still rocking the V1 F3 for Wolves. This is the second. This is more in the second time, but second time today. 3 eliminations though, very nice. Wolves is actually going to come up on ALL for Alliance for the Romu Yang. We're going to see the Romu Yang being denied into the western side because there's no value off of being able to make it there anyway. So just deny a spot that's randomly, maybe from somebody across the map. XGG and BBE are actually near the Romu Yang as well, towards the Golden Tortoise as well as for the Moonlight Courtyard. We could see some engagement from these guys if they ain't making it, but JL is actually considering going towards a Romu Yang near this near the Fiery Stash. I don't know. DRG had that game into their playbook to push back, but They have 3 eliminations. They're kind of chilling so far. But blue armor for XCG here. Lane, oof, big ambush. Oh my god, no, he's not doing it, man. They're doing it. Yeah. Lane was this is where just, propels against Wu Chen Viper Tesla comps, because the moment that the Wu Chen ultimate happens, guess what Lane can do, right? He can close gap like quickly. Like, you find that grapple, you find that stagger, you can freeze somebody. He's got one more freeze, right? Oh, EG, you're using your ranged weapon? Guess what, dog? Fine. I'm okay with this. My team's coming up on me anyways, and in which case my enchant ain't gonna do much value for you, right? And Aurora Burst comes out. There's a test, or there's a Forbidden Seal, but a Wind Spout, big surprise, massive damage. Parry coming out from lane, gets caught to the RB. Another Aurora Burst locks down EG. EG gets caught through. BBE coming out here. Third party coming into play off of BBE. That nothing could be done here. Forbidden Seal kind of sealed the deal while they were nearby to go ahead and just, okay, yeah, let's just go fight. And BBE picks up those eliminations like water. Now, coming after this Roaming Yang, XG is up against JL, and now it looks like we got to go back to the beginning because of this fight. Not that fight. I need to see what happens here. Okay, so no over TXJ. Coxie is the, he can use it to counteract it. But I don't think NiHQ is in a bad spot yet. He has ultimate ready. He's not at the edge of the zone, so he can get caught into the wind wall to get locked down. But JL's FX could make that difference by pushing into the circle, by pushing him out, which would then force NiHQ to use ult second. Does that work in his favor? I don't know. VVV has his fan to kind of work down, so let's take a look and see. And there he is. JL gets himself here. Fine, NiHQ uses ult first. Now JL FX uses second. Now this is going to guarantee the counter ult push between both of these enemies. The whisk throw was connected off of NiHQ or off of XCG. So while Kakaxi was able to get his whisk thrown into Xiaonan's Karumi ultimate, we still have yet to see it for JL's. Or actually, no, vice versa. Since we were able to see TXJ ultimate get casted off of with VVV, he was able to throw the whisk into their ultimate to put the energy depletion on play for the Karumi circle. But FX is just using his pushes back out here. There it is. They finally activated. They actually might have intentionally did that because they know that the duration of the tumult isn't gonna last. Not last. They don't want to coincide it, right? Like, the avatar, the secret cave, where she lights all 3 torches at the same time. Don't do that, right? Spend as much time as you can while the tumult ult is up to use that energy depletion, and then reactivate that slow by using that whisk throw into the circle where you hit that little symbol, and then that will put the energy depletion for the enemy opponents. Now, FX, big chances here. F1's coming out. Will Kakaxi use blue focuses? Not gonna happen. But we do see an LME gets confirmed for the Cablum, and he's getting parried. Single edge sap, man. Big one. And the crazy part is that XGG had blue armor, and I think all of JL actually had blue armor or purple armor. Confirm that. I don't know. TXJ has been low as the time has come through. No, TXJ doesn't have purple armor. He does have blue armor. But yeah, the parry coming out here was kind of massive, and Xiaonan was able to completely take those dual blades away from his opponent's hands, and that's gonna hurt because a Cablum can't be utilized unless they find another set of dualies. Nice R&B spam coming out from GG. No way he's just going to be able to win this out. You can see how Xiaonan was prepared for that whole check there. F3 can be initialized. Kakaxi can now go ahead and do DPS for a little bit. And excuse me, man. This is not going to happen in Season 12 because of the rage damage changes. But VVV has ultimate here to carry for a little bit. Okay. It's kind of scary. Kind of scary for XGG. Nice shadow step coming out here. VVV has another recast. Catches LMBs. Uppercut was confirmed. Can push VVV out. Xiaonan looking to try to go for the F3 again, but uses DF to kind of get that enhanced defense rung. And don't tell me he's going to go ahead and have this whole team meet their fate. He is. What a sustained game. Yo, that man just took off his headphones almost. That's crazy. That's the first meet their fate in a trios match in a long while. The fact that VVV uses ult like here, or has no ult, right? He's slowly building up rage, and then within the course of around 30 seconds, he's got ult. Man, rage damage. What can I say? Rage builds. This is really huge value for VVV though to deny their enemies, especially in the bad spot. They had to take all they can for no eliminations. But we are gonna see GG. Oh man, Draco Storm kind of griefing a little bit, but still gonna get them to kill. Iran goes down, and then Bauda go ahead and burn their Vermilion Burst. They only find one elimination, but 3-3-0. I'm pretty sure GG just used this. This is the Morris Blessing on the overworld, as I remember from it. So they're able to take advantage of that. They're going to be looking to try to locate players, but I mean, Draco Storm can only do so much if they can see your aura coming a mile away. But FX goes ahead, and JL as a whole, they're going to be going down southeast. I'm not sure if they have Soul Blooms on the standby because they're going towards the zone. I see ZK here, unless they're trying to find him. Unless they don't even know he's there. FX didn't. No one heard it. Yeah, they got Soul Blooms. Wow. So this is why those changes are happening, huh? I mean, it's not bad, but that's crazy to me that a Trios team be able to hold Soul Blooms into the zone this deep in. I mean, this is the edge anyway, so they'll make it happen. Come back to the game. This is stagnant time. It seems XCG is going to hold this one out. 1-2 eliminations. Keep going, keep rolling. XCG still trying to burn this out. JL finds a rebirth charm for their teammate. Going back into the game. XCG running into Ramyang depletion, finds their bounty, and of course their bounty is not going to give them up as they keep running away. LXM actually being the one that's being hunted. Wait. No, they're not being hunted. Are they being hunted? Damn, they're not even catching up though. That's crazy. Wow, this distance that that GG is putting on XCG is kind of relentless. You know? Like, let's talk about that, right? For a good minute, 3-3-0 or LXM has been putting so much distance between them and XCG that like the circle being moved for the bounty scroll gives NiHQ or even XCG as a whole so much to like against. But Kakaxi finds the catch finally. Only a minute left. Let's see what they can try to do here and work this out. F3 initiated between Zhao and Kakaxi. To get the mitigation, they push through. The ultimate cast comes out. They're going to put him in the corner. This wall might be giving Zhao a little bit more pressure. If he wants to recast it somewhere outside of the circle, maybe. I don't know. CJS gets caught into the chance. The third party comes out here from Bauda. And as Bauda kind of comes through here, we are going to go ahead and, put them through. So, as NiHQ kind of comes out for the RMBs, there is a kill from Bauda Jing. Bauda Jing goes ahead and gets those dual blades, and then we're going to see Yaron being on site with this ballista as LXM gets chased out here, and F1 comes out from CJS. Stone form is predicted for the stone form to proc and for the F1 to be confirmed. Kakaxi's still trying to see about what he can do for his team, but listen, Ramyang depletion blows because the moment that your teammate dies, they cannot be rezzed, and they are deep in the zone. Kakaxi will just die to zone, and Ramyang depletion as a whole, not giving any eliminations to any opponents. Now GG, they're still in the game technically, but they still have the zone to worry about and the amount of enemies between JL and Bauda that were here. Jing is going to have himself get caught into a Temi ult and a massive, just immense ultimate coming out here for the Forbidden Seal to deny anything. And FX comes out ringing around with the Cab Bloom, and Yaron goes ahead and keeps that movement and momentum going. The 1-2-3 vertical released for that long sword as Yaron is just pelting through here for his teammates to just peel off with neutral damage. And that's a parry. I'm not sure how Pete got that parry off the backline because his VVV gets eliminated. Bauda comes out here for this game with 9 eliminations, putting themselves in first place by 0.1. That's kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. DRG up against what seems to be OUG here in the zone. It's crazy because KLA is still in the game, so we're gonna have to worry about what those guys are doing. But FPX is third with 0 eliminations, still OUG with this one. But since they lost their Yodohime, she is in a res duty mode if she can. But SS is going to be using his F3, gets caught into that musket shot that WFC was looking for, and he gets it. See, this is kind of close. I'm not saying like close like major, but like this is where like the average of points come out to peak, no pun intended. But we do have 23 players total left alive, and Jing Yu is getting caught here by Moonlight as he's chasing this out. F3, right? Finds Dragon War. Finds Wu Shen. Wu Shen has himself to try to go for muskets, and that's going to be it. WC gets it from the backline. I think that was a armor pierce. That shot came through. WBG and DRG have Draco Storms though in the lobby. As DRG gets themselves off for the northern side of the Ventide Temple, or to the ridge near Ventide. No opponents nearby. FPX though has no kills, but they got all the gear. They got all the loot coming in here from Council Courtyard. Replay gonna be coming out here from FPX versus ALL. This is the very beginning because FPX hasn't gotten elimination, so we're like, okay, well, what happened in these first fights? Well, looks like they might have gotten singled out because now we're back into this. An immediate transfer. Can we talk about the production team for that? An immediate transfer. We see Sleepwalker rushing in here, gets locked down. V3, no dashes. He can dash. V3 is available. Is Xiaohu gonna go ahead and get the port out? Because the moment that Sleepwalker gets eliminated, that rage is not gonna work in his favor. Let's see what Xiaohu's gonna be going. Dragon Like Mike catches one. Gets caught into the stagger. We might see Dongqing getting out here for alive, but then Xiaohu gets the port out, and this is going to give the team a full reset almost. Absolutely. They have enough spacing between them and their opponents, and Dongqing can actually take the time here to grapple as fast as possible and take the heal. That is 1 HP. Not even capping. If I were to press T, I would see that, but I'm not refereeing this. So while Dongqing kind of goes ahead and gets the heal off, yeah, he's good. You know, he's safe. Team as a whole as well. Even though they have Draco Storm, right? It's just property of the management of getting Wu Chen to go in and take the team out if things get a little bit hairy. Like, yeah. But DRG gets 3 eliminations during the Draco Storm run. That's Arachne leaves for about a peak, so he's gonna be the one with the poison leaves. Poison hits when he is attacking enemies, as it passively goes. And yeah. Staff gonna be available here. P gonna go ahead and just say, yeah, show me what you got. Show me what you got. But stagnant round coming into play, or stagnant seconds, a lot of gear overview. We're gonna get a replay somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a replay. Because this rotation between Southeast is gonna give a little bit of trouble between enemies. I'm not sure how this is going to end up though for Gold Morris, because since Bowda's already on it and DRG and FPX are off the vicinity, a V3 Viper can't do much against kind of enemies pressuring and being locked in. It's really just being able to use it offensively, so it's all coming down to range damage as Wu Shen gets a meteor for his cannon, and he's just pelting through with with blue armor. And you can see these hits are connecting through the walls as Pete gets struck out. CGS has ultimate active. It looks like ZK and Zem are looking to eliminate their target. Nice F1 from ZK to deny the Furin or the RMB coming up from the pole sword. And that's a kill confirmed that Zem took with the bow. 4 eliminations for Wolves here so far. As they look towards LXM gets no LMB stagger. And I don't think Zem's actually going to be able to do much here. Forbidden Seal though. Very nice. But I'm pretty sure that the fact that ZK was able to find that rotation, Zem, nice F1 from ZK. Big priority off of knocking his target back off, even if he enters into the zone on his own volition. Like, look at this, man. He walks into it, F1 just like that, because a single hit from the first hit, initial hit from the dagger, not going to be doing as much damage. But an R&B, LXM finds the F1, finds the Wistero to try to force them into that corner, but not going to be successful. Gets eliminated. F3 from Zem. And as Zem gets his heals off, we are gonna see him make his way towards, downtown, towards the bodies, walking fast, faces past. All right. In the meantime, Bowda try to rush us in here because of the Forbidden Seal being proc, but they don't find any targets to kind of work off of, so they're gonna be backing off into the outside of that area. F3 against A Shao, Sleepwalker with the ultimate, and then Zem with the V1 does not have a chance of surviving. But we are gonna see changes to Season 12's Viper, where she actually gets 70% mitigation for the V1, V2, which is pretty good. On top of the glyph board giving 20% mitigation, which is diminishing return basis, basically, but there is the decay for that percentage. Now, meanwhile, different topic. Dongqing finds Moonlight. Benthic Descent to be revealed. Dongqing is going to get that soul bloom. Oof, meter dump coming out here. Yeah. Big range shots. Dongqing outside of the zone. Will they get chased off by KLA? Yes, they will. And KLA will look towards it, but I'm pretty sure KLA is going to go ahead. I don't know. KLA was kind of good on the chase, but the Forbidden Seal denies any ultimates from 17S nor X6Z. They try to lock these guys in there, and it is what it is. But we will see QGG just back off here with this team. CXC taking some shots. I don't know what, but they are in the middle of this hot pot of violence. We're going to see Jade Pond being possibly one of the final zones to be initiated for a rotation. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of places to hide. Since there's a lot of buildings, that means Cannon has priority list as weaponry comes towards and using range shots. You'll see rotations of rep and chest being thrown to the cannon holder of the teams if they actually have the F2 from Roy Shishi, though. Blocks light projectiles and goes for it. He might be looking to unlock this box. It might be successful. 5 seconds of this box being available is big. And Roy Shishi will get his teammate Ivan the gold armor, cold swarm as well. Does it have the detach? I think it have the detach. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now Ben, since he has purple cannon, you can see him has 6 repair chests. He's pelting out shots towards Rishishi. That's a Hepta on Ben, and Rishishi didn't really need to get that Hepta. He does have Starfall though. Interesting enough, we're gonna see that if whether or not it's gonna be used for mid-air targets when the time comes and locking them down and getting a neck snap for targets in mid-air caught into range shots as well. Now, meanwhile, Rishishi pelting shots coming out here back to back. We're gonna see it coming off against Sleepwalker. We're gonna see FBXs in the back line. WBG A-Shao rushes in. I'm not sure why they're going towards the center of the pond and this Moonbane being there, but they're doing it as a bait out for the end of the Moonbane to get guaranteed slashes. Sleepwalker being offensive catches this immense pressure from using the freezes and the staggers from A-Shao, who gets that soul bloom, so he's got a little bit of rage to cancel ult from Sleepwalker. He goes ahead, sees a blue armor, swaps it out, so that way if anything happens, these guys can regroup here to reset their armor. Big plays in the trio sphere of just having regular armors on standby. But more importantly, we are going to see this is going to be where the conversion happens for the next 4.5 minutes as Peak repositions with his team towards his building. BBE over to the western region trying to chase out KLA, and Peak just keeping the rotation off of with the cannon shots. And then you can see WBG and FPX are actually combating into the lower halves and locking in between one another in range shots over there. While KLA is trying to force out Rishishi, and that Avora burst being revealed is now, it's like, oh, you know, like, how are we going to push that guy back, right? If he catches Takeda into the silence and continuously silences him, he won't be able to use Furin. So that's like the biggest point where Rishishi is just trying to keep that one going. Dongqing over to the distance, though. Cannon shots coming out from QGG. Common cannon, by the way. I'm not sure if he has Rupture Gale Orb. Gonna have to see whether or not Fat Milk might be getting his chance out here. I don't know, man. I mean, the common cannon does work, but it's only for the burn that you really want to apply it for. If it is, if they do have that Jade, maybe we can see. Can I get the Jade list for CXZ, and then I'll research it. I want to make sure that they have Rupture Gale Orb with that Meteor. But FPX is holding this building down. Merciless Havoc from Bauda. CXC for those meteor shots against Yaron. And now up against these opponents, CXC, you can actually see him just like keep these hands and, you know, spamming them out. And now he's like switching it out here. I'm not sure how many repair chests he's got, but he is their Temi. So if he does find F-Wist available to use, you know, this will be the time. But everyone's kind of holding up around the building. There it is. Wow, crazy, right? Crazy how I predicted that. That's nuts. Pika is actually going to go ahead, though, and get full reset from the armors as Yaron goes 6 right back towards Merciless Havocing. And as Pika kind of keeps himself locked away into the corner, you know, shut in for the closet, he is trying to, like, work his way through for a massive Viper Roll. As you can see, A-Shao finds Rishishi in the corner and locks him through. Ben, he's next. And as the ultimate comes out here, the enchant is still active for the Fairy Shen. As the Tessa was able to get it, and Ben is taking range shots immediately from the side of KLA for the burns, and Ben won't have much to live for if Peak finds this Phoenix Blast. Somehow doesn't get even the Hepta detach. Ben getting out here for free? No way, bro. Whoa. Where did Ben go? Did Ben get eliminated? No, he's somewhere. Yo, can we wait? Wait. Pay attention to him. Scare Rush straight. Okay, I remember that Scare Rush. Oh, because okay, yeah, Fat Milk kind of protects him there. He finds the F3 to rotate off of this. You can see that, and then I think clutches toward the wall for a scare rush. No, he jumps, cancels it, grapples, gets away. Okay, yeah, pretty good, pretty snazzy. You can see him up there. Finds a blue armor swap as well. I was thinking he fully reset. I was like, how? Who allowed this man to reset like that? But Fat Milk gets caught into the freeze. Sleepwalker, can he get this R&B? Nope. But he does go ahead and dashes right back in here. Gets caught into a stagger back. And as it comes out, Sleepwalker will be seen. Deng Xing get the kill off Fat Milk as his pressure goes out here. Freeze is confirmed here. From Roar Burst is magnanimously denied from an F2 Fairy Shen from F2 Tessa across the wall. Caught into a Tessa ultimate. Sleepwalker can't confirm Ben's death. If he can't, feels bad, but he gets his soul bloom. All right, he's good. He's enchanted. He's safe. CXC tries to go towards A Xiao. A Xiao is forced into position to use ultimate, and as ultimate class come through here, he can get a full reset in armor if he gets one strike off of 3 targets. There it is. You know, he looks for slashes number 3 against CXC from KLA, but this KLA ultimate kind of goes hard as a Wisp throw goes into the zone. No one can walk into this area. They lose energy, and you can see actually Jin actually being in this corner for those cannon shots into the bottom row. Careful as can be. QGG still has his high ground position, has ultimate still. Level 2 V3 ultimate for Takeda. Bauda's in the bottom corner. They can't get out here unless they go out to the zone for a little bit, but then that V3 Tessa, or the V1 Tessa comes out, the huge proportions. I think KLA as a whole actually denies the enchant. Yeah, they do. That's crazy. And I think A Xiao finding this blue armor here is kind of crucial here, but an Aurora Burst gets denied. A Xiao goes down. QGG looks to try to go ahead and avoid this Tessa ultimate, but the V3 Takeda Fury Blast goes out. Dagger Sap comes through. FPX lock into the corner, and I think the V3 from Donchin from the Viper ultimate does cause stagger for 17S, but not too much pressure here to deny him from going into where his teammate is. Now, Yoran and Bauda as a whole, all of these players on top of the rooftop are just going ahead, managing some range shots. Wu Chen Port puts them towards somewhere into this position where they'd rather not be in. Bauda Peak gets parried, and as a result, QGG gets a Phoenix Blast to the face, and I'm not even sure Donchin's going to live here much longer because the enchant and the zone damage, and that's going to be it. And it looks like Bauda's going to be picking up those eliminations back to back. Bauda really turning the tables here. 11 eliminations, 12 eliminations, 13 eliminations, ending out this round in first place as MVP. I'm kind of curious to see what the stat line is. You know, we're not gonna miss that one now. I want to see. I want to see. So let's skip around. We're gonna look over. Okay, so standings, top 6. All right, bottom 6. We'll look at it really briefly. Go back. So, JL gonna have 26.5 here at 7th place. Not a crazy amount of games, and this is JL. Like these guys have VVV, they have TXJ on them, like power players. GG though in the 8th place spot, they're gonna be at 25.5, 24.9 for Wolves at 9th, 22.1 for DRG in 10th, 20.3 for Alliance, and BBE at 18.9. Now, as the fanfare music comes off of here, we will see towards top 6 Bauda beating out KLA, OUG in the bottom of the 5th or the top of the 5th. 48.3, and it's crazy to think that OUG ends up with a 9-point game their first game and a 1.6 game their game 2, and I'm like, yo, this really is gonna go for 7 rounds like they stated. So, you know, it kind of comes out towards that. And by the way, I'm not saying a spoiler alert because, you know, I already said it in the first round. OUG wins finals this week, so seeing this kind of start to come out here, we're gonna see Bauda actually being the one to pass out KLA in terms of first place, and you know, working past their points for these kills. In terms of points, but MVP. Take a look at the scene. It's going to be Jing, who did have those nasty ultimates. He went ahead, have 16k damage. Cannon was his most damaging weapon, though, as a ranged weapon as well, with dual blades in 2nd and a bow in 3rd. And I'm seeing this as like, okay, pretty good. But at the same time, you know, it's like this is all about the control that they put onto the play. 7 kills, like they got 13 eliminations, so 7 eliminations for one character right there. It's kind of massive in that ratio, in respects to that ratio of kills to you know, to everything else. But besides the point, we're gonna go ahead and end this out. for round 2. We're gonna go into round 3 next. But thank you guys. Any comments, feedback? Let me know in the comments below if you guys like the video. Like it. If you don't like it, you know what to do. But I do appreciate you for taking the time and watching this. Nonetheless, if you reached this point, and for that, thank you. And if anything, just update me if you have any suggestions and whatnot. But my name is Severio Gasser, and we will see you guys later for round 3.